coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That'll be caught by Anderson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
Here we go. Black Ultra. Hey, computer.
This one complete to Scott Miller. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Again, it's Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against him.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. It's a gain of a yard, and the Colts are going to have a first. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, Brissett. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Brissett. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance.
Touchdown! 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talked with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Brissett now. And that is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He completes it to Tompkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. First carry of the ball game now. It's C.J. Anderson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
7-7, our score after 1.
Ready, set.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Back to throw. His pass caught at the 4.
And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Tommy Hudson,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing, Brissett. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Play action now. Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Colts are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Bobby Okereke collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll set up a throw. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
But it's caught. Tompkins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Back to throw here. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Bucs are going to take the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Watson going to get this one out wide. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Brissett. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer move. And it's a fumble. And the Colts pick it up.
And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
We're set on first down.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley Cox.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, but I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw is Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on it, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So first and goal quickly turns into fourth and goal, and then fourth and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Second and 2. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Anderson. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
They go play action with Brissett. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Brissett sets to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Second and 4. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it complete to Anderson. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Bucs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began. And the running back, absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamel Dean. That ends up pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play, and they'll accept that penalty. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Extra point try now for Patterson. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, Brissett. This one completes Alec Pierce. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brissett. And my goodness, another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Anderson's got it. Finding space at the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time. And
we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Brissett. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. Brissett. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contra, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Brissett now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
The Colts on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Brissett. And it'll be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Patterson now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. 87 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Logan Hall is there for the stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, As many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Throwing, Brissett.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now Brissett on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. 1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And as this deep